and welcome to another special episode of Reese's Random Review. I am Reese and I'm about to give you a random review. Liam Neeson is my favourite actor of all time. Since he starred in Taken back in 2008, he has been in such massive action blockbuster films that have been popular for all over the world. However, not all his action films have been critically acclaimed. But despite the mixed reviews, Liam Neeson's action films are far from not being entertaining at all. They're always intense, unique, and Liam's acting has always been the reason that these films are successful. However, nearly every action film is almost the same. He always plays a out-of-luck protagonist who has a terrible background and always has a gun and kills the bad guys and becomes the hero. But to be honest, every story is different, and people seem to love his action films, so I'm going to count down to my top 5 favourite Liam Neeson action films. Number 5. NonStop. In this film, Liam Neeson plays a US Air Marshal called Bill Marks, who was on a plane to London after his daughter sadly died. However, while on the plane, he gets some mysterious text messages from an unknown passenger, threatening to kill a passenger every 20 minutes unless he transfers $150 million in a secret bank account. Throughout the movie, Bill Marks tries to find the culprit, but chaos begins and lives are at stake. The reason I love this film so much is because it was so intense. Despite the plot being pretty thin and, watching a film with passengers on a plane for an hour and a half, the film is very entertaining. Plus, it was much more entertaining than Jodie Foster's Flight and Snakes on a Plane by a long shot. This actually is the best plane movie I've ever seen, and rumours of a sequel have emerged, and I hope it happens. Number 4. Unknown. In this film, Liam Neeson plays a man called Dr. Martin Harris, who arrives in Berlin with his wife for a conference. However, when he goes to the airport in a taxi, he crashes and ends up in a coma for 4 days. When he wakes up and he returns to his wife, he finds out that someone has taken his identity and his wife don't even know who he is. Throughout the film, Martin Harris tries to find out what is going on, but also has to escape mysterious people who want him dead at the same time. This is Liam Neeson's second action film since Taken, and this film was great because the plot was so deep, and plus the plot was just had a massive twist at the end of it. Plus, what I love about this film as well is that Liam Neeson's acting was just so fantastic, and it also had a sort of Alfred Hitchcock style to it. I think if Alfred Hitchcock was to direct a film like this, it probably would have been like this if it was in the modern day. Number 3. Run All Night. In this film, Liam Neeson plays a completely different protagonist called Jimmy Collin, who has a bad relationship with his son. But one day, when Jimmy's former boss's son actually almost kills Jimmy's son, Jimmy protects his son by killing his former boss's son, and throughout the film tries to protect his son from his former boss's men. This film is different and unique because it's more of a buddy type of movie about a father and son who bond over trying to be on the run. I haven't really seen a film like this before, and plus Liam Neeson is not even a cop or a former soldier or anything in this film. He actually was part of the bad guys, and to be honest, I kind of see him more as an anti-hero in this film rather than a protagonist. But Liam does what he does best in this film, and that's what makes this an entertaining blockbuster. Number 2. Taken. Okay, I think we all know about this film. Liam Neeson plays Brian Mills, whose daughter gets taken by some evil people who sell young women for money. Brian, throughout the film, tries to find her and along the way kills loads of villains who want him dead. Now, despite this film being ruined by 2 crappy sequels, everyone still loves the first movie. And to be honest, I think the reason everyone did was because it's the most realistic out of all the Liam Neeson movies. Plus, as always, Liam Neeson's different side of acting to become, a huge tough guy, probably makes the film just so much more better. Number 1. A Walk Among the Tombstones. The final action film, and my favourite one of all, is about Liam Neeson playing a detective called Matthew Scudder, who meets a young man who lost his wife by 2 kidnappers who rape and kill women for ransom. Matthew then has bigger problems when a little girl gets taken by the 2 creepy villains, and it's up to Matthew to play these villains at their own game. Now, what I love about this film is absolutely everything. I love the plot, the settings, Liam's acting, the characters, and the fact that this film is the most creepiest and more like a horror film than all the other Liam Neeson movies. Plus, the villains are just pure villains. They're more antagonists than any of the other antagonists I've seen in other Liam Neeson films. If you have not seen A Walk Among the Tombstones, I recommend it 100%. Otherwise, you are totally missing out. Walk Among the Tombstones is worth the watch, but I recommend you watch it with someone because it is a very creepy, scary movie. But apart from that, it's well worth watching and very entertaining. Okay, so that is my top 5 Liam Neeson action movies. I hope you agreed with my top 5, and hopefully, I'm sorry if there were spoilers in this film, but you clicked on the play button, so don't blame me. I'm Reese, and I've just given you a random review.